played Ohio State pretty close,
Yeah.
and they play them pretty tough consistently over the years. What have you guys taken from the film that you're specifically wanting to keep an eye on them that you got from, say, last week's game against Ohio State?
I mean, they're just an overall good team. They don't really have any spot on their team where you're like, okay, we can attack here, or, things like that. They're just an overall good team, and they're well built and they're well coached.
Both of their running backs are pretty big guys. One of them's
270.
The other one isn't as big, but he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, what challenge do you think they pose?
I mean, obviously they're big and they're strong runners, but at the same time, they got some moves to them when they need to. So, just focusing on the tackling that we've been working on since the beginning of summer is going to be the big thing in getting these guys down.
Do you think there was anything in the last couple of games when the tackling didn't seem as good that was different from the first three?
Nothing. I mean, sometimes there's the angle, sometimes we didn't wrap up, sometimes we didn't run. There's just a variety of things on every play that you could nitpick at, but bottom line, it just needs to be better, and we need to be back at our fundamentals.
Thanks, Josh.
Josh, with the offense so banged up as a defense, do you guys think you need to bring a little more extra to this game?
I mean, it's the same mindsets we had before. We don't ever say, all right, offense is going to get us this one, or we're relying on the offense. We want to be the ones to go out there and make the difference in the game, and take the game into our own hands. So there's not really been a different attitude as far as that goes.
Is there something you've maybe been told about Indiana that you guys are excited about or worried about the stadium?
As far as the stadium?
Yeah.
No, nothing really. It's nothing like Northwestern, like you said, where you had to be prepared for a little slipping on the grass. I mean, it's a turf field. Just excited to be, kind of go to a new stadium and see what it's like.
There is a chance for rain, though, on Saturday.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for potentially a weather in that case? Because that can wreak havoc on turf.
Still nothing really for us. I'm sure the offense, worries about keeping the balls dry and, slipping on their cuts and stuff. But as far as defense goes, it almost makes it better because they can't cut us hard. So there's nothing too different with the weather.
Do you guys talk about the weather, though, and making sure, you're prepared for whatever the elements might be?
If anything, guys, just pack an extra long sleeve or something. There's nothing game specific.
Hey, Josh, I might have been asked about this earlier, but what did you do in the off-week bye week to address some of the tackling issues that cropped up against Illinois? Because you guys have been so good up until that game. What did you do to correct those things?
We kind of increased our individual time where we got to do more of the basic drills that we worked on when we first started implementing the tackling system. So just doing more of that and getting more repetitions while we're not necessarily beating our bodies up with so many reps in practice, and then just that extra rest that we got off too just helps everything get back going.
I guess along those lines, did Illinois do anything to get you guys off kilter or out of position on some of those, or was it just
and then the bad part about it is it was all us. Like I said, it wasn't anything that obviously hats off to them. They played a good game. They got good athletes. They're on scholarship too. They're going to make some plays, but whether it was not running your feet here, not wrapping up, bad angle, it's just things that we can fix and clean up and be better for the next week.
This was more just not making the play than maybe being in the wrong fit.
Right. No, yeah, pretty schematically, we were for the most part in there. It's just, a couple missed tackles here and there, and that hurts you.
Indiana's coach basically said he's ready for a tough Nebraska team. What does that give you? Does that give you motivation to play up to that, or do you just not even think about it when they?
I don't really think about it. I didn't know we got ranked number 10 or 8 or whatever we did till a day ago or something, because I stay off all that. There's nobody on the team really takes that into account, they said we're good, so we got to be more prepared. We got to take each week as it comes and as the biggest game, because we might be number 10, but if we lose here, then that doesn't mean a thing. So we got to take each game as the next biggest game.
And that seems like something that's kind of been a theme with you guys this year, is just take it one day at a time, don't get caught up in everything else that could be said around. Do you feel that always kind of been how things are over your time at Nebraska, or do you feel like this team's just a little bit different with their approach this year?
I don't know. I think some guys, we might be putting it out more, but I know even with the old staff, it was just, it's between these walls. It's what we do. Every game is a new game. We're 0-0. We got to take each week as it comes and not look ahead, because that's when you get beat and you start losing track of what you're supposed to be doing. So it's been pretty consistent throughout my career.
Thanks, Josh.
Josh, you had a little bit of time think about things, maybe reflect. We talked, looking back and analyzing your play a little bit. Did you have any chance to think about just the finite time that's left? Have the senior guys talked about that at all? That you're coming down to the wire here and you only got so many snaps to play?
We really haven't talked about it, but each week you look, and even in school, it's like, all right, midterms are here, and then here's our bye week. This is our final stretch of our time here. So it hits me every once in a while, but at the same time, I'm just trying to make the best of my time here with the guys around me and have fun playing football, while I can.
Josh, just talk about facing the number one passing offense in the Big Ten. How big a challenge is that for this defense?
Oh man, I mean, anytime you get to go up a top team like ranked like that and passing or rushing, and then their second total offense, it's a big challenge. Every week's a big challenge, but this team, looking on film, it's just that they've showed that they're a good team and they can beat anybody on any given day. I mean, they played Ohio State, really tough, and they had every chance in the world to win. So it's going to be a challenge, but we're excited and we're up to it.